Talk to me, young Andrew.
So Sterling is the only positive for me today. But then again, because we survived last week, it really doesn't matter. Two most important things for me is the goalkeeper. Mendy came in today. This is why I say this summer the goalkeeper is a priority for me, because both our goalkeepers are crap. And Kante is injured again. So he's injured again. He got injured in training after a 7-month layoff. He comes back for 3 games. Frank Lampard runs him into the ground like he did last time. And now he's injured. But to the game, Sterling played very well today. He was the only one who was able to do anything. The passing today, it was like toddlers on the pitch trying to kick a big ball. It was just pathetic. Conor Gallagher is a disgrace to football. That guy, I don't know. I don't even know how he must have a rich dad or something to get into a football academy, because he's utter trash. But then I could name about 8 or 9 other players that were trash today. It was just terrible. The defending's just been terrible all season. There's no point getting on it. And now we go to City and we'll probably get done about 6 or 7. So, but I'm fine with that, because then they'll win the league. So it's all good. Apart from that, good weekend.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about it, Don?
Yeah, I think Sterling was definitely our best player on the pitch. I think in the first half, again, it was just slow football, just playing with no purpose whatsoever. What do you expect though when you've got Frank Lampard in charge? Again, we've got players that haven't played with certain players this season. We're starting Lewis Hall, who again should have been getting a lot more game time than what he's getting now. A little too late. I think Chalobah was quite good, to be fair, Andrew. He's another player that I would say was quite good today.
Oh, nice.
But KJ will back you on that.
Chalobah.
Oh, yeah.
It's KJ. It's KJ effect.
Yeah. So it's just right now. I'm just waiting for the season to finish. There's so many gaps. Like, we've got no quality in the middle. Gallagher is a Premier League footballer, but it's just not good enough for Chelsea. I think he's good enough to play in this league. He's shown it already at Palace, but it's just not of the level that we need here. Cover, absolutely. He's a good riddance, man. I hope we don't see him in a Chelsea top again. He is a disgrace. Like, he just shows he's making it. He couldn't make it any more obvious that he doesn't want to be here anymore. Like, it's like he's not trying anymore. Since Everton, he's been poor. When he stepped up when he got the armband, he scored against Leicester. He was playing well for a little bit. Then since Everton, he's just gone downhill again. And that's the story of Kovacic. He's a top player on his day. We saw it in the World Cup. We've seen it in a Chelsea top. But when it comes to consistency, he's just not. He's not it. He's not it, and he's mentally checked out. So we just need a whole rebuild in midfield. We need at least 2 starting midfielders, because, like Andrew said, Kante just isn't dependable. He's always injured. He's not the same player that he was. A lot of Chelsea fans were getting gassed when we were getting him back, and I was saying, look, Kante wasn't even the same player before he got injured, let alone now when we haven't seen him since Spurs. What are you expecting to see from Kante in this team that we're playing right now? So for me, it's just, man, we've got a draw, but overall, it's just go out there and play, lads. There's no tactics. There's just nothing. I'm not seeing anything. So yeah, man, Sterling was good today, but apart from that, it was just the same old, really.
I mean, there's not much riding on Chelsea's games anymore. Maybe a little bit of pride. Obviously, a big point. I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to be sort of facetious about it.
Today, Forest didn't do anything really apart from the set pieces. Like, Chelsea are there for the taking. We're one of the easiest teams to play against in this league, right? And if we go to Old Trafford and get at least even a point, that's a disgrace, man, because we're so easy to play through. Forest did nothing really. All they did was get set pieces. So it's going to be the same thing till the end of the season.
Chelsea
We're just waiting for the season to wrap up.
Well, it was the same thing since you got Lampard in. I mean, this game today was, just another one of the games. I mean, I said, getting Lampard in was the biggest disgrace that's ever happened in this club. It's a disgrace getting him in. I think today, and while Mendy showed that he should never play for this Chelsea this club again, I think he's absolute garbage. I mean, people were telling me that he can get his form back, that he's world class, his mentality's there. I mean, I didn't see him, man. The guy's garbage. I think he needs to go. And looking at Kepa coming in. I think I will keep Kepa, but definitely need to get a keeper in the summer. 100%. A keeper needs to come. Kovacic, another player who's down this club. I don't want to see him in Chelsea kid again. He does not want to be here. I was been saying that for a couple of months now. I think he wants to go, wants to move on. That's fine with me. I think any player who wants to leave Chelsea right now can leave. You know, I will not stop him. I will not tell him to stay. They have every right to leave. Like Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva probably doesn't want to extend his contract. He will leave. And for me, another one, Kante. If he continues to get these injuries, I'm sorry, I would sell him. I think Frank Lampard did the same thing back in 2020
We can leave on a free
from an injury. Yeah, I mean, for me, and you just force him back. He had an injury 7 months out, and you force him back in 4 games. Lampard did the exact same fucking thing in 2020, and that's why I said don't hire Lampard, because Lampard makes the same mistakes he's did in 2020, and he's done it again. Sterling, he was all right. He was good. I think we just need to have consistency. Yeah, like, all right, good. It's Nottingham Forest. Like these guys are a relegating team. Like I'm not gonna celebrate this shit. Like I just want to go to sleep. To be honest, like I'm gonna see just for vibes, just to listen. It's 3 a.m. I want to sleep. You know, I zoned through that game. Like I didn't need to watch it. I can tell you the same thing happened. Like the same thing happens. You know, nothing's gonna change for me. Felix, he's not good enough to sign. I will not sign him at all. If we get him on another loan, that's great, but there's other players we need to get rid of first, as there's a big list to come, and we'll see what happens there. But I think for City, you know, I wouldn't even be shocked if we actually take a point of City. I would not be shocked. For me, that's the most Chelsea thing to do. I have this feeling that I have this feeling, and know it. We'll just take this random point.
You know, all I'm hearing from you guys at Chelsea is that you guys spent 600 million, and I'm sorry, I keep repeating this, over 1 year, and then you guys want another 300 million to rebuild the squad. Is that what?
Well, yeah, because the
because we're
players
football
who are picked
fans,
were
it's not
garbage.
working,
Like, I mean, well, when Todd Bowie comes in and picks players that he has no clue who it is and didn't, create a team before, going out and buying players, he just went out and spent money. I think there's a lot of players that were quite well, but a lot of them were just rushed. I don't think we needed Koulibaly. I would have never taken Koulibaly. I think there's better options to get for him. Now, we're suffering some of the consequence now. Even Wesley Fofana, look at him. Like, the guy, he tore an ACL and we spent 80 million on him. Like, it's just all over the place. So the people we picked, the personnel we picked was horrible. And I'm not saying to go spend another 300-400 million, but we need to go definitely spend some money in the summer and pick the right person.
So who says you're going to spend it the right way then? Who says you're going to spend it the right way?
Well, now we have a team. We have a team.
Just on that, Mo, right? Everyone that we've signed as of January. So Badiashile, you've got your Enzo, Madueke, they're long term. Mudryk, again long term. But how do you expect a player like Mudryk as well as Madueke to come into this environment where statistically we've made the most changes in our 11, been coached by Graham Potter, coached by Frank Lampard? How do you expect anything from long-term players who we know?
I'm not expecting
in January. As of January, the signings that we've made, like I said, Enzo and Badiashile, they've been good. They've been good signings that we've made. Fofana has been a good signing that was made in the summer. Again, we've still got a lot of holes to fill. Terry, I've just DM'd you a graphic of the signings, the recruitment that we've made since 2017, right? And it shows you the mess that we're in. And the reason why we're in the mess that we're in, because a lot of the mess that we're in right now, as much as I love Roman, the old recruitment, they got off scot-free, pretty much. They got off scot-free, and now the new ownership and the new structure are having to sort out a lot of the mess. And we've still got a lot of holes to fill. We've got no CDM. Yeah, if you look at every team right now, they've got at least a central defensive midfielder. We have not got a CDM. We have not got a striker, right? We have not got a competent goalkeeper. There's still holes to fill. So you can go on about this 600 million and whatnot, but this is all a result of the poor recruitment over the past.
Yeah, but who picked that poor recruitment?
So guys, what's guaranteed that you're gonna have the right way? Like,
well, Mo,
be right now.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Chelsea fans. Yeah,
just to answer that question. Yeah,
go on.
Look at the recruitment. Look at the recruitment since 2017, right? Since we last won the league. Yeah, who are you taking there, Mo? For your Inter fans.
No, I'm not. I don't know, but who says that the next round is going to be right?
Who says that the next round? Forgive me if I'm wrong, Chelsea fan. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Chelsea fans. But I think Chelsea have brought in somebody to handle the transfers.
Yeah, we do.
So recently they've brought in somebody that can handle the transfers, and I think that is what's going to keep them.
And that's the guy who put in January.
Let me just ask them, Mo. What are we supposed to do then? Stick with Kepa and Mendy. Stick with no striker.
Ahmad!
DM.
Ahmad! Sorry, Ahmad.
What about he's watching Championship? He's watching his.
Sorry, I thought he'd taken another few drinks.
No. He's watching his Championship. Ahmad.
I thought he was doing another Miyagi impression. Sorry, I just thought he was doing.
Go ahead, Andrew. You were onto something.
I was just saying, what do you spending the money? I don't think. Listen, I'm talking about three positions: striker, DM, keeper. But we can't stick with the one. What we can, both our goalkeepers, if you put them together, don't even make a decent number 2 goalkeeper. Okay, we have no DM. We're playing Enzo at DM. We have no DM there whatsoever. We need a couple there, and we don't have any striker. We don't have any striker. We don't have any finisher whatsoever. We cannot go forward without making those additions whatsoever. The most important thing, though, is getting people out as well. We have to get people out, and that's probably going to be. I think that's going to be very tough this summer to do, because everyone knows our situation, and we're either going to have to take, or either can't get them out, or we're going to be lowballed and have to accept really low offerings. And
but
we're
Andrew,
just going to have to sacrifice
already. I've spoken about this already. I don't see Todd Bowley dilly-dallying about 5 million less for a player or 10 million less for a player, depending on who they are, because he didn't make these signings. He's clearing out a lot of the old mess that was under Marina and everyone else that we had before, right? So now I think the two most valuable players that we've got, I'll probably say, is Mason Mount and Gallagher. There might be a little bit of dilly-dallying with those two. Other than that, they're gonna accept whatever for these guys, right? I've said this a million times. It's car boot sale time at Chelsea. They're gonna get rid of a lot of players, and I think they'll accept the absolute minimum for them if they have to, because everyone knows we need to get rid of players. And like I've said, Todd Bowley did not bring these guys in. They're not. He didn't buy these players, So he will get rid of the old mess, in my opinion. I think it's just Mount and Gallagher. They're the main two that we might dilly-dally about. Everyone else, I don't see much.
No, there's a couple other more. I mean, you can get Mendy out quite easily. Even Havertz, you can get Havertz. Like, you get these players out quite easily.
Did you just say easily, my man? Did you just say easily? You can get Mendy out easily.
Yeah, you can get them out easy, mate. You can,
how?
I
think Mendy's on silly wages, bro. So
how are you gonna get these players out, man? They make a lot of money, and you need to sell them with a decent, at least to be able to invest that. You need to sell them with some good money, right? Because you're still under financial. Listen, financial fair play are onto you. This is just, it's known to everybody. You have recorded a record loss over the past 3 years. And if it wasn't for the COVID season, you wouldn't be able to spend more. And you'll need to sell these players with decent money. And I don't think in the current form, you would be able to sell Mendy for the right money or Lukaku. And I can go on and on. The only one, as I agree with Don, you said, it's Mason Mount. You can sell Mason Mount for 50 plus or something. But other than this, I don't think somebody's going to come and pick up Kai Havertz money. I think you have a big problem. People ask me, what do I expect you to do? I expect you to have faith in the squad, get the right manager and the right recruitment, and work with the youngsters. Even the Kukureyas, you are, let me just finish this point. You guys are a little bit treating it as a toy. You got Kukureya, you spend the money, work with him. You got Koulibaly, work with him with Barishili. Work with Fofana. Yes, he's injured, but he's gonna be okay again. Work with Thiago Silva for the next year. Work with Sterling, Havertz. I know it's not working now, but maybe it's not only about if it doesn't work, get the next one in line.
No.
It's not only about that though. It's because they have got positions that have holes in. Like it's not like they've signed a striker that hasn't worked. They don't have a striker. They don't have a CDM. They don't have a competent goalkeeper. That's the problems. It's not the players that they have bought that are failing. Yeah, I'm sure Chelsea fans are going to have
players that are
be able to work with them. I just think it's the holes.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Work with the ones that we've just bought in, and most of it. I'm talking about fringe players. I'm talking about Pulisic, Ziyech, gone. They've had their time. Go like that. I'm talking about players like that.
We're not going to sell the ones that came in now.
Lukaku, for him to leave, he has to take a pay cut, and he's just not going to do that. Why would you do that? And Kepa is at 150 grand, and he still has 2 years left. He's been here 5 years already. He's still got 2 years left. No one's going to pay him 150 grand a year. A week. No one is going to do it. And Mendy, I think Mendy's on 50 or something like that. He'll probably be easier to move on. So he'll probably move on. But that's the problem as well. If you're going to bring in another goalkeeper, you're going to have to pay him what you match Kepa or more to go in. And that's another thing. So I totally agree with you. Work with most of the squad that's there, just add a little addition and get rid of the fringe ones that have been there for a few years that have not worked at all. I
agree with you some, but the way some people talk is that you need an overhaul. I'm like the word overhaul means you will need a new 10, 11 players. That's unrealistic, isn't it? It's unrealistic.
It's
I mean, when we think about
it's still an overhaul to get rid. It's still an overhaul to get rid of.
We took in a lot of players. Okay. We took in the players. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, I think we target three positions. We target goalkeeper, striker, and 2 midfielders, 1 definitely DM. That's all you need. It has to be outgoings over incomings this summer.
Yeah, 100%.
Hello, David. Hello, mate.
Hello.
What are you doing? What are you doing here? You bored on a Saturday afternoon at uni?
No. Well, remember, I work.
Oh no, you've got a proper job.
Yeah, I have a proper job.
Building. I'm not going to say what it is.
Exactly. No, I was just doing a report on something, but I've done it now. So I was like, I'll see if the stream's still on. Game, not too fussed. Don't really care. Stop playing ZX. Stop playing Gallagher. But I've been saying this for months, so I don't too fussed. But yeah, no, I was just listening to this last part, and I agree with you've got to get rid of a lot more players than we bring in. We can only bring in maybe 3 players, 4 players at a push.
Yeah.
But I think at the start of next season, we're going to have something like 45 senior first team players that are all going to be at the squad.
NFL squad.
They've got to go. They've got to be more players that go than come in, and they have to be strategic about it. Some of them will have to be loans. Some of them will be loans with options to buy.
Yeah.
But there are some people where it's like, buy Kepa, buy Mendy, buy Gallagher. We're getting 50. People are saying 40, 50 mil. Even if you think that Gallagher could become something, that money's too good right now to refuse. Because I'm sorry, I said it once, I'll say it again. He's not of the level. He's not of the level. Pulisic, he's got to go. There are just too many fringe players who, if you're being honest with yourself, whether you like them or not, they're never gonna be on a championship winning team. They have very little to contribute, and that's the level that Chelsea want to be at. So we haven't challenged for a league in a while. Most of the players I'm talking about have been here for that while where we haven't challenged. So they've got to go.